Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I am a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Too Posh Boutique, and here with my beautiful co-host, Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Too Posh, and I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
I am Polly. I am a certified sexual health consultant and educator, former professional dominatrix, currently working at the largest adult novelty store in the Texas Panhandle.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. My name is Gabrielle, and I'm here with my daughter, Marcella.
Hello.
And Cruz.
What up?
And Spider.
Hello.
And with our special guest today, Berkley Brown.
Hey, y'all.
As an official guest today.
Yes.
We had her on before with
Yeah.
a little bit of gossip, but today we
Thanks for having me back.
Of course. We're going to get to know you a little bit. Tell us.
Looking extra hot, might I
Thank you. Thank you.
And we want to jump right in, and then there's some extra hot gossip coming up. So juicy.
Yes.
Stay tuned and
The tea is piping.
and tell us about that margarita. What happened to it?
Oh,
She has an extra,
Gabby
extra
filled
large.
me it, and it just overflowed.
It's
I like
perfect for
it. A frozen marg in a giant coffee mug. I love it.
Excellent margaritas.
Some
by the
people are
way.
like they want you to do the right alcohol in the right cups, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever met someone like that?
Yes.
Like, oh, the champagne goes in the champagne glass. I'm like,
I am
I don't
like
care.
that.
Pour the margarita in the coffee cup, please.
kind of like it in there.
Yeah. And what did you just say? Your cup?
Oh, my cup runneth over.
That's so cute. Berkeley, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Okay.
How are you here? Tell us a bit.
Well, I was born in San Marcos, which is like 45 minutes south of Austin. Are y'all familiar?
Yes, the river.
Texas State. Yeah, so my parents went to school there. So I was born in San Marcos.
And then they just stayed.
Yeah,
They're still there.
pretty much. But shortly after I was born, we moved to this tiny town in central Texas called Lampasas. So if you've never heard of San Marcos,
No.
you've definitely never heard of
Never.
Lampasas.
Never.
It's like the heart of Texas, Texas Hill Country, if you're familiar. It's
Mhm.
really pretty, but it's a tiny little town. And we actually lived like 20 miles outside of town. So
my
out in the middle of
gosh.
nowhere.
And you
Like-
went to school there and stuff?
I went kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade.
Okay.
Wow.
And we had like a windmill in our
So
on
off
our
the
lawn.
grid.
Yeah.
What?
I
Yeah.
always wonder how people
that
live
is.
like
Yeah,
that.
how is
Yeah.
that? Tell us.
Well, so the reason we were out there is because my grandparents at the time, they owned like a small chain of convenience stores named Berkeley's.
Stop.
Like
No
gas stations.
way.
Yeah. So they named them after me, their first grandchild.
How
But so my dad was like helping run them, and they were all located like in central Texas. So that's why we lived out there. So like, yeah, every day I would get picked up from school and I would just go hang out at the gas station, like drinking Slurpees, eating candy bars, running around in the freezer.
Good
Oh my
life.
God.
Good life.
Yeah.
Simple. It sounds
Yeah,
like a very
yeah.
simple.
And then like a lot of the adults there would lose their teeth, you know, like
Crack,
I guess, I don't know.
meth.
Like as an adult. And so I thought that,
A lot of adults would lose their
I mean,
teeth.
like you're just out in a small town in the middle of nowhere, like a lot of people had missing teeth. And so I thought that you were supposed to lose your teeth like a second time. And I was like, Mom, when are you going to lose your teeth again? And my mom was like, that's actually not supposed to happen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she's like, we need to get out of here. So around 3rd grade, we moved to Austin. We were in Round Rock, actually, like
Okay.
North Austin. And I was there for a couple years. And I also have 2 younger brothers. So I'm the oldest. We're all 2 years apart. So it's 22, 24, and 26.
So the one of your brothers lives with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And
My
he
youngest brother
cracks
lives
me
with me.
up.
He's
Oh my God.
hilarious.
He is hilarious.
So
Everybody's
funny.
obsessed with him.
Yes.
yeah,
So
we
cute.
see Berkeley's brother on her Instagram.
Yeah, you should follow. He is
He's
so
like
cute.
so cute.
Yes.
It's
and good-looking.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I like when he is pretending to be you.
Oh,
Doing like
That
impersonations.
was
of you.
hilarious. Yeah, I'll come home from work. I'm like, I'll walk upstairs. He goes, "Are you going to sleep, boo boo? I'll see you tomorrow." Because he knows I love to take naps. I'm like, he makes fun of me, but it's hilarious.
And you guys get along? living
Yeah,
together?
we do. Yes, because we're so close in age, so we've always been pretty close. So we were in Austin, and then when I was 10, my parents got divorced. And like within 6 months, my mom got remarried to my stepdad.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he got a job in Dallas. And so we all moved to Dallas. And my dad stayed in Austin. So we kind of got separated, which was kind of traumatic.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad has 2 kids. So he has a son who's my age and then a daughter who is like 23, I think.
How
gosh, you
did that
guys-
happen?
Wow, that's like 6 kids. You have like the.
So there
the
was 5
Brady
of
bunch.
us. Yeah. So when we moved into this new house in Dallas, and there was 5 children, all under 10 years old.
Whoa.
Like the oldest, were 10. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying your stepdad had?
Yeah, my stepdad
Okay.
already had 2 kids, so
It's
it was like a
Brady Bunch.
yeah, it was
type
like a
thing.
blended family. So there was 3 for my mom, and then my stepdad had 2, so there was 5 of us.
The same age.
Yeah,
almost the same age.
Yeah, we were all like within 5 years of each other.
Oh my
Juggle
gosh, how was
along?
that?
It was crazy.
crazy.
There was holes all over the house. Like it was rambunctious.
I would imagine.
It was wild.
How
because
did
it's 2 girls and then the rest boys.
2 girls and all boys, yeah. And then my stepsister ended up moving back to Austin to live with her mom, because of course you just like most people want to live with their mom, I guess. So then it was just me and all the boys. So
Wow.
I guess that kind of explains my personality. I'm just like used to being around brothers and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you guys
And-
close now? Are you all close?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all really
that's good.
close. Like
Yeah.
we always joke, like even if my mom and my stepdad were to get divorced, like we would still all hang out. It's been
Wow.
that long.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a good time together. But yeah, so I moved to Dallas, like Louisville actually. And I've always done like cheer and gymnastics. So I was a gymnast. I started gymnastics when I was 2. And then when I moved to Dallas, I did competitive cheer. And so that was like pretty much my life in high school, like
Right.
just competitive cheer. I did cheer athletics, all that.
Any
grad-
boyfriends? Like
In high school?
Yeah.
No.
No
I never
boyfriends.
really dated in high school.
No.
Because my parents were strict.
Oh, you
Like
weren't
I
allowed
had
to
a
have
curfew.
boyfriend?
Well, they did, but I just like would get embarrassed about it. Like one time I had a curfew. I don't even remember what it was, like 11:30 or midnight or something. And I was like out with this guy and just like harmless, hanging out. And so he dropped me off and he gave me a kiss in his car right before. And I was like 10 minutes past curfew. And I walked in the front door and like my parents were sitting there like watching the whole thing. They were like, "Who was that? Why are you late?"
They saw
Yeah.
y'all kiss.
I think so, yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, they were so strict growing up. Like we all joke about it. They would like, yeah, it was crazy. Like if they would ground you, they called it lockdown, and like you had to stay in your room, and like you couldn't leave your room at all. And they would bring you
Oh.
food up to your room.
You're like in prison.
Yeah. And like after school, you'd have to go straight up to your room and like say the parents like left to go run an errand.
Uh-huh.
They would stick like a floppy book like outside of the door. So if you opened the door like to leave
They
your
would
room, the
know.
book would fall and then you can't put it back up.
Oh my
So
god.
it was
I
like
don't think I've ever heard
locked
that.
down. It was so
Wow.
strict. Yeah.
That's so crazy because my parents used to do that too. Like when I would get grounded, I had to be in my room, no TV, no nothing, just chill in my room.
And think about what
Think
you
about
did.
what I did. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what did you do, Cruz?
Slept.
There's nothing else to do. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't have a phone back then. It was terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Just sitting alone with your thoughts.
Yeah, they take away the TV, the
Yeah.
Nintendo, everything.
Sounds awful.
I think
That
they
does
would
sound
like.
awful.
They took away my Atari.
I remember them like giving me books to read, like self-help books.
Oh my.
Like how to win friends and influence people. I'm like 10 years old. I'm like, I don't want to read this.
I don't know why I find that so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then you graduated,
Yeah,
and then
I
did you go
graduate-
crazy at 18?
Wait, so real
Kind of.
quick, I have a question. Out
Mhm.
of you and your brothers, where do you fall in the
Number.
in the number?
Age, yeah, I'm the oldest.
So you're the oldest out of
Oldest.
all of them.
Yeah,
even the
my
step.
but I have a stepbrother who's my age, so we're the same age. So we're
Okay.
the oldest,
All right.
and then everyone else is younger, but not by much, like 2 or 3 years.
all right, I just had to get that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So
So-
yeah, I graduated from high school
did you go crazy?
a little bit in college. So I went to University of Oklahoma. So I did my freshman and sophomore year there. Yeah, I feel like I did go a little crazy. Like I almost got kicked out of my sorority. Yeah,
For what?
like a bunch of different things.
I don't know the rules.
But
I don't
so,
either.
there's so many rules. It's not fun. Like I'd rather be in a frat. They look like they're having all the fun.
She's like,
Um,
I'm going back home to my parents.
So, one of the one thing I remember I got in trouble for was, so do you know like OU Texas weekend?
Uh-huh.
It's like a
Yes.
huge rivalry. So you would like get the sororities. For that weekend, you would like want to get a date, you know, and you would go with your date down to Dallas and just party, go watch the game. So my date was this Fiji, who was my friend, and we went out like Friday night. It was fun. We came back to the hotel, and I was like changing out of my dress, like just into some comfy clothes. So I changed out of my dress, and I was in my bra and my underwear. And he threw like this little blazer at me because all the guys in that fraternity were wearing a blazer. So they were like all matching. So he's like, put on the blazer. So I put on the blazer and I'm just like trying to be cute. I'm like posing in it like, hi. And he takes a picture and sends it like in the frat group me with like 90 guys, like the whole frat. So obviously that like got out and my sorority found out.
and you're not allowed to do that.
I guess not.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
That must have been a
that's
while
really
back.
not that.
Yeah.
That's really like not a big deal.
Yeah,
but
it's like I
mean,
would post that on Instagram. actually.
Yeah, people post more revealing things on Instagram these days.
Yeah, my gosh.
So yeah, they found out, and they would have these things called like J boards, and so they would send you an email or something like, "You've been summoned to the J board because you did
Marcella's
something
face.
you did something unbecoming or not acceptable of the sorority." So I was like, oh God. So I show up to the scheduled meeting and it's literally like a table like this. And they're like, so they had printed out the picture and they slid it across from me on the table. They go, so do you remember this? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. They're like, is this you? I'm like, yeah, that is me. Like terrible. I almost got kicked out after that. I was like, I think I look good, y'all. I'm like, that's a cute pic. What's the problem?
Exactly.
But so then my punishment was I had to be sober sister for the next date party thing. Like I wasn't allowed to go. I just had to like check people in and be sober sister. Yeah.
That seems like such a weird
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Lots
I'm
of
leaving.
bitches.
Actually.
Yeah. So I did that my freshman and sophomore year. And I mean, I'm glad I did it. Like it was a cool experience. And I lived in the sorority house and everything. And the campus at OU is gorgeous. They have like huge multi-million-dollar frat and sorority houses. Like it's like what you see in the movies.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was fun, and like great football team.
Right.
Like that's like what you think of when you go to college, So I'm glad I did that. But I ended up transferring to UT Dallas here in Richardson. Just not because anything bad happened or I got kicked out. I just wanted to be back in the city.
Yeah.
I'm from Dallas, so
Right.
I was kind of over the small town vibe.
Right.
So I transferred back to UT Dallas. And that's when I started working in Nightlife. That's how I met
What got you
Olivia.
in the nightlife?
Oh, okay. This is kind of funny. So at OU, I worked at this bar called Chimmy's. It's like this little Mexican bar, kind of like Fuzzy's.
Oh.
Like how they call the order, like
Yeah.
So that was my job. I'd be like, Marcella, your order's ready. So everyone was like, oh, that's Berkeley from Chimmy's. Like I was like the cute girl who worked at Chimmy's. But
Berkeley from Chimmy's.
but then at night it turned into like a bar and stuff. So I mean, I made decent money for a college kid. Like maybe I would make like $300 a weekend.
Nice.
That's good for
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
in college.
For sure.
Like the most I ever made in one night was like $200. And
That's
I
amazing.
thought I was big time.
Well, that's good money.
Yeah.
College girl.
So then I once I moved back, I'm like, I kind of like this. I bet I can get another bar job here in Dallas. So
You met Olivia.
So I met Olivia. So I used to go to Concrete Cowboy all the time. Do you remember that? And Cedar Springs.
Yeah.
And I would just always go there. Like I like to go there. And I saw them post one time that they were hiring. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to apply. So I sent them like this professional ass resume. I was like taking it so seriously. And they called me back. I like showed up to the interview with my resume and everything. And they were like, yeah, sure, like you can start this weekend. Yeah, I was like going so hard, like acting like it was like a corporate job. And so I started there, yeah, and Olivia was working there, and that's how I met Olivia. And so my first night, they trained me. It was a Friday. So I kind of just like followed somebody around, learning the ways. I'd like never made a drink before in my life. And they tipped me out like a percentage because I helped out.
Yeah.
I mean, so they tipped me out like $100. And I was like, hell yeah. So then the next night, Saturday, they're like, okay, now you have your own section. So they basically just like threw me out like sink or swim. And I mean, that place was like bumping back in the day. It was hard. It was hard. You'd have to fight through the crowd. Like, I mean, it's not as easy as you think. But that night I ended up making like $1,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
She's like, okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Sink or swim 1,000.
Yeah.
Imagine when you know.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Wow.
So yeah, I just did that. I always worked in nightlife, did bottle service, cocktailing until I graduated from college.
Same place or different?
I worked at Concrete Cowboy, Citizen. I filled in at Candle Room a handful of times, Sidebar. So yeah, that's about it.
Do you ever miss
all the
it?
spots.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Do
was
you?
a lot of fun.
Fun.
Like it was a ton of fun, and
Yeah.
I mean, you meet so many cool people. I have a ton of stories. Like a lot of celebrities would come in. It was a blast. But by the end of it, I was sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be in the service industry anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And I started like getting mean too. I would be like shoving people.
Just
They'd be like,
over
who
it.
was the blonde cocktail waitress that shoved me into the wall last night?
Like, it was me.
Like, get out of my way.
So, what's your favorite celebrity story,
Um,
if you have one?
I think it was just really fun. One time Conor McGregor came in to Citizen and we got to wait on him, and that was just really fun.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he was really
So
nice.
nice.
So that's why, because a lot of people, like some celebrities would come in and they wouldn't be very nice.
Like, who's
And,
not nice?
Let me think. I remember that Floyd Mayweather didn't tip us.
Didn't tip at
Yeah.
all. What?
Yeah. Like we comped him all these bottles and he didn't tip.
Wow.
I can't remember if maybe like we talked him into tipping or something, but at first he was like, didn't care. I was like, okay. Aren't you the one that has a picture with all the cash on this type of table? You know that picture?
Yep.
Money team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tip. Wow.
But yeah, Lil Wayne performed one time. That was fun. Juicy J, that was fun. Then yeah, just like all the athletes would come in all the time.
Are they all nice?
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like waiting on celebrities, or would you prefer not to?
I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. It's
Like,
it's not that as
it's just another person.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's cool to see them and meet them in person, but
It's cool if they tip
I'm not
fat.
like fangirl. I'm not like fangirling.
Yeah.
So
you went to school, and then did you graduate college?
yes. So I graduated from UT Dallas. I got my bachelor's in marketing, and I graduated with honors, cum laude.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations.
I'm actually smarter than I look.
I knew you were very smart.
Yeah, and
And what did you graduate with?
marketing.
Marketing.
Yeah, I got my bachelor's in marketing.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know.
And then right away I started working the day before I graduated actually. I got a job and they let me off to go to my graduation ceremony. I was doing liquor sales. So I would just like sell. I had a portfolio of brands and I would go to the bars and restaurants and sell it to them. So sales. And I did that for about a year and a half. And then I switched to medical sales. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I hear that it's really
Yeah, it's going really well.
good.
And do you just go to like doctor's offices and
Yeah.
hospitals?
So I have
Yeah.
like a territory, Dallas, and I just
Yeah.
go into the doctor's offices.
That's fun.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
a
you
lot
sell?
of fun. A pharmaceutical drug.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards. It's not that glamorous.
So then tell us about during that time while you were waiting and going to school, did you date anyone? First boyfriend kind of thing? How did that go?
No.
Nobody?
You know who was actually my first boyfriend
Uh,
in my life?
In your life?
Yes.
How old were you when you
Did know
met?
that.
20. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you
First
meet?
boyfriend in her whole
My
life.
first boyfriend. Traumatizing.
At 20.
Yeah.
20.
I mean, I like go on dates on people. You
Right.
know what I mean? But I've never been like in an exclusive relationship
serious, like-
that I'm calling them my boyfriend. Yeah.
So he's quite a bit older than you.
Yeah. So I met him at the gym, Willow Bend Fitness Club in Plano.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, how I transferred back to UT Dallas. So I started going to that gym. So I just finished my sophomore year. It's summertime. I'm going into my junior year. I had just turned 20 because my birthday's in May. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just turned
Yeah.
20.
So I met him at the gym and it was just like casual, innocent, you know, just small talk at the gym. And yeah, he is quite a bit older than me. The listeners probably don't know what we're talking about right now.
I was
Your
just
first
gonna say,
boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking about my first boyfriend, y'all.
we're leading
But
into
come
it.
on, yeah, this is my first boyfriend.
First.
So yeah, so he was quite a bit older than me. He's 21 years older than me. So I was 20, he was 41. But at the time, I didn't think anything of it because I was working in nightlife and I was just used to talking to like so many different types of people, like all ages. I kind of ran with like an older crowd. You know what I mean? Like you just get exposed to so much stuff working in
Right.
that industry. So it
Plus, I
It
feel
didn't
you're
really
more of
bother
a
me.
mature
yeah.
person.
Yeah. I thought I was more mature, yeah. But so yeah, we just met at the gym and then later on he tells me, this is after we're already dating, he goes, you know, as soon as I saw you smile at me at the gym, I knew I was gonna do whatever it takes to fuck you. Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Yeah.
And in all the listeners at the same time?
I was.
Yeah. We can bleep it out.
Sorry, I was.
So
with
this was like
this person.
So this was summer 2016. Were you with him then?
No,
Okay.
I was not.
Oh,
So I feel like it was right before.
No, because
So when did you start dating him?
February 2017. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We
Oh.
started talking in like
December,
November
yeah.
of 2016.
Okay.
But we went on a trip together in
course.
2017.
Yeah. So when I met him was right before. But
Yeah.
pretty much everything
Oh.
after that seems to all
so
be at the
but
same time.
when? Okay.
So
Okay,
so-
now I'm
okay, wait.
Now I'm confused.
Okay, wait. So can
Okay,
we
so I
explain
met-
this a little bit?
Okay,
Because-
We'll backtrack a
Yeah.
little
Okay,
bit.
all right.
Where do you want to go from?
I don't know. I'm lost right this second.
How are you lost?
Well, because I'm confused. So she met him before he ever.
Yeah,
started
I guess
dating
so.
you.
But I met him. That doesn't mean we were
Yeah.
hanging out. Like I just met him.
Oh, okay, got it.
But I'm about to tell you when
Go
we
ahead.
started hanging
Go, go,
out.
go.
Okay. Yeah, so that was just me meeting him. Like I would only see him at the gym. So yes, it was before you at that point.
Yeah.
But so then he just starts inquiring about me at the gym, like who is that?
Yeah.
And so he started coming to see me at work. So now at this time it is late 2016, early 2017.
Yeah.
Started coming in to
Oh.
see me at work.
At
And
Candle
where are you
Room?
working at right now?
Concrete Cowboy.
Concrete.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. And so he would come in and just, try to impress me, act cool. I'd be like, so what would you guys like? What would you like? Order whatever you want. Which in nightlife, that's like code for like order the most expensive things. Yeah. It's like kind of a way to like flash yourself.
But
Like that they have money.
Yeah, like order whatever you want. Yeah, sure, get that. So of course I started racking up his tab naturally.
of course.
Dom, Ace of Spades, 1942, just ordering all the expensive shit. And then he would always tip me really good, which is ironic because he's cheap as fuck. I never saw $1 after that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But so that was kind of, he would just come to see me at work. So that was kind of how that started. And then I remember one night, he texts me. I hadn't heard from him in a while. He's like, "What are you doing?" And it's like 2:33 a.m. I was closing up at work at Concrete. I said, "Just closing up at work. What are you doing?" He goes, "Let's hang out." Before I can even respond, there's an Uber XL and he's in it outside of Concrete Cowboy.
When is this?
I want to say like early 2017. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The same time.
So I was like, "Olivia, should I go with him?" She's like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, I mean, like even though I was more mature, I still was like pretty naive, as a 20-year-old.
But I feel like he set you up for that, right? Because
he asked me where I was.
But even before that, like the buying all the stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah.
he kind of played the game really good. you
Yeah,
know.
and I did have a little crush on him. He was good looking, tall.
Yeah.
I think he's like this successful older guy. So I did have a little crush.
So was this at the same time? No, I'm
Around
Well,
the s-
because if that's early 2017, we started talking November 2016. Because if I go
So
look
they're
at my
just
phone.
like probably talking. Not
Yeah, we were
exclusive
talking,
yet.
Yeah.
not exclusive at all. He took me to lunch on my birthday, so January 2017.
okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just like go because we didn't. He was very aggressive,
So it was nonstop after that.
nonstop.
Okay.
After my birthday lunch.
So, but that's
So
at
that-
the same time. So
Pretty
he's
much.
he's
Okay.
doing a
I'm-
two-girl thing. I'm
getting
actually shocked.
I'm getting there. This is just a little preface.
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now I'm.
but it's
just
good
shocked.
to know, like when.
No, I am
Yeah.
shocked about that right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because I guess at this exact moment, it's still kind of okay because y'all
Yeah,
aren't
because
explicit.
yeah,
But I'm just trying to like explain the time,
I
my
get it.
timeline,
Yeah.
so y'all understand.
this is like the movie The Other Woman.
Yeah.
When it is.
So back to the Uber. So Olivia's like, yeah, why not? So I'm like, okay, fuck it. So I get in the Uber, and guess where the big spender takes me?
A strip club.
No.
Oh.
To his house.
The DoubleTree Hotel by
What?
Love Field Airport.
I took you to a hotel?
Yes, the DoubleTree, which is a few ranks nicer than the La Quinta of 75.
Oh
If
my
you remember that
gosh.
story, listeners, you have to listen to the
But
previous
I
story.
was surprised,
Well,
honestly.
because I think he had to fly out the next morning, like to go see somebody. Yeah, I don't know, for workers. He had a flight in the morning. So he was staying at the Hilton DoubleTree by Love Field Airport. So we go up to the room. He's just like acting like a drunk idiot, takes off his clothes, trying to hook up. But his dick doesn't work.
Because he's so wasted.
Yeah. And he's like saying weird stuff like, I jack off to your Instagram pictures.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Cruz is speechless.
Chris is just eating.
Dude,
What did
like,
you
why,
say?
Why do you guys admit
I'm listening
that?
to this
'Cause
story.
Actually, few people have told me that. That's
What
not
did
the
you
first time.
say?
That's not the first time that you've been told that.
Yeah.
I need to get on your Instagram.
I just kind of like uncomfortably laughed because I was uncomfortable. Like, really? Yeah.
Yeah, right. What do you
But
say
he's
to that?
naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
And you have to understand this person is a big human.
Oh yeah.
Like a big person. He's very, 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 very tall. And just a big person.
Yeah, he's 6'9", 320 pounds, a big bitch. Big bones, big bone. Like if I put my hand around his wrist, it wouldn't wrap all the way around.
just a big human being. So that person is naked telling you
Yeah.
that he jacks off to your Instagram.
Like a big ogre. But anyway, so like I never felt unsafe or anything, but I just like wasn't into it. Like that's not sexy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave now. So I just get an Uber and leave.
You left.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
that's
want to
awesome.
stay.
I love it.
And I feel like I'd like chased me out the front door like barefoot. I remember him walking through the hallway barefoot, like, no, stay.
I just locked myself out.
I am like floored right now.
And I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. I'll hit you up later. Yeah, it's fine. So and he never made the flight the next morning.
Of course not.
Oh.
But after that, I honestly just brushed off the whole night, like kind of pretended that never existed.
Right.
Not that that's normal for me, but like again, I just was like in such a like I was 20 years old working in nightlife. Like I saw crazy shit all the time.
Mhm.
And I kind of like thought that it was normal, you know, because I was like in such like a weird
get it.
environment all the time.
And I feel like when somebody is drunk too, you can be like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
I'm like, he's
weird.
just drunk. I'm like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. We've all done embarrassing things when we're drunk.
for sure.
So I just kind of brushed it off. So then after that, then we did start like hanging out more frequently, but
That impressed you. So you're
yeah,
like,
that impressed me. I want some more of that. I'm coming back for seconds. So like 2017, we did start hanging out more frequently, but it was never like romantic, like going on dates. Like it would be like literally
Like party.
he'd be go ghost. Then I'd hear from him every couple months. Hey, let's meet up. Let's go out. Like that was like what we did. We would just small talk at the gym. I would text him sometimes, and then we would go out and party together. So that was what we did like all of 2017. So, and I mean, we had fun. We had a blast. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. But he would literally take all of us out. Like I would just round up my girlfriends and he would take us out. So like one night in 2017, this was summer 2017, because I remember I had just turned 21. And it was for around 4th of July, I remember.
And you want to know where we were for 4th of July 2017?
What?
Mexico?
At Nationals for San
In
Antonio.
Panama
No
City.
way.
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
No way.
Oh, I remember.
I was out of town.
Wow.
I know exactly where I was.
Working.
That's why.
Working.
So every time you're out of town,
That must
he would
have
be
been-
calling
Because-
you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll like pause for 1 second. I judged dance competition, which would make me leave. So sometimes I was gone. Now here's, if you want to cheat, my judging was the best opportunity for you, because I'm just going to do a quick little note for that. Say it was a huge weekend. I would leave on a Thursday, fly somewhere, judge all night long, have to go to sleep pretty early, and then I would be judging 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. for 3 days, with my phone having to be away and
Yeah.
barely any time to
Yeah.
talk, and really needing to go to bed, having no communication on my phone. So if you wanted to cheat, it was the like green light of like, she
Yeah.
will
That was
never.
opportunity.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
because I would be gone, and I judged a lot. So it was a lot of weekends gone.
He's-
And then
thinks he's so smooth.
and then 4th of July 2017, I had nationals for my studio.
Oh
so
my
I was
God.
gone.
San Antonio,
I was in
that's
San
right.
Antonio and nationals,
It's a week.
especially for my business. I was there a full week and a lot of work. So I'm really not paying attention to my phone because
you're
I'm so
busy.
dedicated.
Yeah, it's work.
And
You're not
super-
looking at your phone.
No, and these are long days and long nights. So that
Yeah, I
whole
get
week
that. I
of
get
4th
that.
of July, we were at Nationals 2017 in San Antonio.
So,
Yeah.
so is this the first that you're hearing of all this, or have you all
This
had
part,
like
no,
a
I
little?
didn't know this.
So you're heated,
A little bit.
Yeah,
Because he is such a
it's-
liar.
but
Total liar.
But you're only heated because of how you like how can I say you're only heated of how innocent kind of you were thinking everything
Yes.
was, and-
Because you have to know. I want to pause for a second, because the way that I met this person was his daughter was a
Mhm.
student of mine. So I
Okay.
met this person, and this person comes across, and I know Berkeley will
Wolf in
agree with-
sheep's
Yeah,
clothing.
like I have dated.
salespeople.
Yeah, and I have dated some real not winners. And let's go like Big Andy and all that bullshit. Like they really show you who they are. They're partiers. They
Yeah.
love the scene, and this person portrays themselves
Oh,
as
yeah.
a suburban. I'm just a dad.
Poor
I'm
single dad.
Yeah, I'm not exciting. I don't know why anybody would think
Oh.
about me. Like I
Oh,
do
no.
nothing, and you're like, wow, like this kind of dresses dorky. You're like, oh, okay, like maybe he is like
Yeah.
a really good guy. Got to know my
He's
family.
very convincing.
Very, very convincing. I'm thinking, well, he's a dad. You know, I'm pretty much there, like living there
Yeah.
almost. So by that time, I mean, yeah, it's crazy to think that.
And how old is his daughter right now at this time?
I think, my gosh.
She's 18, I think.
Well, now she,
No,
the
I'm talking
older
about
one,
at
the little one.
at the time when y'all were dating.
Probably around 14, 15.
Same age as Jolie.
Jolie. So
They're
maybe
like,
15,
So
16.
does she know what's up, you think, or is she
Well,
clueless too?
They
or-
have a very volatile relationship, the teenager and him, but he has a little daughter, and the little daughter's maybe 2. And
Little.
so she was
Mhm.
like
at
my
the time or right now?
at the time.
Okay.
And she was like my little buddy. Like we were
She's so
Jolie,
cute.
so cute. Jolie was coming over. We were having sleepovers at the house. Families were getting together. So
And he was probably like, my girls.
yeah,
My little
always,
family.
always,
Oh,
always.
I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, it was unbelievable.
I mean,
really,
This shit needs a
It's
Netflix
not, it's,
series.
he's very convincing.
very convincing.
Yeah.
So I don't know when, but maybe we have to go a little bit more. But there's an incident with
Yeah,
Berkeley
there's
and
an- there's an
I.
inc- I was
There's
gonna
2.
get to that.
Okay, we'll just go
Um,
there.
All right.
So this is
I'm
what
gonna,
we
I'm
know.
gonna, I'm gonna
All
finish.
right.
I'm
All
gonna,
right. All
I'm
right.
gonna finish this tiny story,
Yes.
then I'll go into the 2 incidences.
Please.
So, going back to all of 2017, we would like party together. So yeah, July 4th,
So real quick, when you say party, y'all going out like to
Yeah,
the clubs
like
and
to
stuff?
like bars, clubs, like
Okay,
that.
so y'all are going out to clubs, and at this time,
While he has a
you're-
whole ass girlfriend.
but you're
which is my
at
son.
home. Like,
No, she-
No, I'm working.
So it
These-
You're
sounds like
working,
yeah,
okay.
while she was out of town working, he would hit me
hook
up. That's why I said he would be ghost. And then every couple months I would hear from him like, yo, let's go out.
because it's the perfect scenario, especially if I do in my mind competition season. It's from I would judge sometimes from March to July.
so the whole
So
summer.
yeah, and I would have nationals, or I would do maybe 2 weekends out of the month. So it's the perfect. I'm not kidding. It's the perfect opportunity.
And competitions. I mean,
yeah,
there's so much.
yeah.
going
There's
on.
so much going on with me in that dance world that going out on the weekends with anybody was
Yeah.
so simple because I
Yeah.
wouldn't be home. There's no way.
Oh
that
yeah,
makes
he
sense.
took full advantage of the time.
Sounds like it.
So yeah, like around July, like I was saying, he took all of us out and we all went to Candle Room, and one of my girlfriends at the time, so yeah, it was like me, him, and like 10 girls, because that was what we would do. He took us to Candle Room, we're buying whatever we want, and one of my friends was dating Tyron Smith at the time, the Dallas Cowboys player. And so he's at the table and he goes, wait, Tyron leaps across the table at Candle Room, lands on the table, breaks it in half.
Oh my god.
What?
Like the heavy ass wooden table at Candle Room, leaps over it trying to say hi and breaks it and like falls to the ground like a complete drunk mess. And we're all trying to get him up.
And it's like 400-pound dude.
Oh, yes. But so yeah, like that's kind of what we would do. And then since he lives so far, he would always get a hotel room. So we would just go back to the hotel room and he would be so drunk and his dick wouldn't work and he would pass out. And I said, Olivia, this is the perfect situation. This guy takes us out and lets us do whatever we want, and I don't even have to fuck him.